Michael, I wanted to ask you about playing David. I imagine that could be, very easily overwhelming because that's a figure that not just millions know, but more than hundreds of millions, probably billions know. So what characteristics did you really lock onto to make sure you were playing a human rather than this larger than life figure that everybody knows?
Well, first off, it's lovely chatting with you, Tyler. Thanks so much. That's a great question. I think focusing on the human aspects of David, it takes a great deal of thought and a great deal of not thinking about his human aspects, and just truly just living in the moment. And it was such a special experience. For example, getting to work with sheep. And the mundane tasks that it takes. I did sheep training, and sheep are the most difficult animals ever. They kept running away every single time we had to take. They ran to the other side of the mountain, and it took hours to get them back. But I think it was moments like that truly provided the humanity for the role and just living in it. What was it like to wear sandals out in the field all day and um, the amount of thorns that one gets? That's a surprising fact. Nobody knows. And um, but also the character traits of someone who spends so much time alone in solitude with animals. What kind of person do those environments cultivate? And these are a lot of the questions that I ask myself when portraying David. And I hope that people are able to see the heart of David through the show.
Yeah, it really comes across, and I'm glad to hear you'll probably stick to acting rather than like sheep hoarding in the future. So that's positive there. And Martin, I was trying to think of this, but like other than Satan himself, I can't think of like many villain characters that are more known than Goliath. He's kind of like the ultimate idea of a foe that has to be overcome. Like, what was your reaction when you got this role? Because like that's a pretty incredible honor to be playing such a, fearsome figure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the last few years I've had a massive opportunity to play various characters of stature. And it just seems like one dream happens and the next one comes. And then, the last three characters I've played have been Flammer, who was a history, a gladiator within history, the greatest gladiator of all times. And then Shao Kahn in Mortal, and then to play Goliath just topped it off. So for me, it was kind of, I'm not sure where I go from this. As far as baddies are concerned, I think I've probably hit three of the greatest baddies of all times, and Goliath being the ultimate icing on the cake. It's awesome to have the opportunity to play him. It was awesome to have the opportunity to do more than just a fight scene with Goliath, because that's the one problem when you always play the bad guy, is you kind of know the ending in sense. There's always the good guy that comes out on top with most of the shows, and obviously it's been a story of history. It's not rocket science. So to have the ability to bring something beforehand was awesome for me, and it was exciting to play. I'd hands down say this is to date I'd say most enjoyable role. Not only the people I've worked with, but the opportunity to play that character. It was awesome. I don't have enough good words to say about the experience.
Yeah, it's incredible. Everybody knows what's going to happen with David versus Goliath, but I mean, you're fearsome enough that even I was like, is this guy going to beat him? He even instilled some doubt
I,
there.
I think, to be honest, buddy, I think Michael's just really, really grateful for the story being wrote already. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been much chance.